What's up, everybody? Big Herc Prison Talk Live. Hope you guys had a great weekend. You know, we had a really good weekend here at Fresh Out. If you didn't get a chance to check out the local Los Angeles Fox 11 channel, 11 News, Fresh Out was on there. They did a feature on my story and on our series. Shout out to my business partner, Anthony Mora. Shout out to Gerard Harmon. Shout out to Big Fred Crawford. You know, our partners. Shout out to Julian. Petty, you know, shout out to everybody who's been down with Fresh Out, who supported us, who put us on the map. We've been out this thing for a while now, and we're finally getting exposure, and it's paying off, you guys. Fox 11 News did a great story. Check it out on our Instagram. It's Fresh Out Series Instagram. Also Twitter, Fresh Out Series. You can see the clip of the news on there. Gina Silva did a story, and it was great. It was a very good story. Shout out to Gina Silva. You know, big things is happening, man. We got a lot of stuff going down, and I look forward to really bringing this show to a network near you, you know. If you haven't checked out our website, check out our website, www.freshoutseries.com. We got a lot of cool things on the website, and, you know, you guys have been very supportive, and we really appreciate you guys, you know, putting in work with us and supporting us for your comments, your emails, everything. You know, it's all worth it, man. And you know, we appreciate all the fans who have stood by us. Also, if you haven't got a chance to check out the new Prison Talks, make sure you tune in to Prison Talk. Every Monday we do this live stream at 3. And then on Wednesdays and Fridays, we do a Prison Talk that we release on the YouTube site. So make sure you check that out. Also, shout out to the winners of the prizes. We sent out a couple of shirts. I'm still sending out a couple more shirts. I said if you guys, you know, do a 5 repost of a Fresh Out post, you'd get a free shirt. And so far, we given away, I believe, 4 shirts. And we have the random winners that we gave away shirts to last week. Let me see if I have them handy here. Yeah, last week we had Jared Issam, he got a shirt. Justin Chatterin, he got a shirt. CN, they won a shirt. Doc Santoro, we never heard from him. He won a shirt, but he never responded. Rolf Gonzalez won a shirt, but we never heard from him. Who else we got here? Katana Nagost, you're a winner, but we haven't heard from you. Lee Hughes, you're a winner, and we haven't heard from you. David Carafello, you're a winner. You need to tune in. B. Waitman, you're a winner. And also Butch Cassidy. Shoot us an email, man, at freshoutseries@gmail.com. Let us know your size, your address, and get that shirt out to you. Shout out to everybody else. I want to say a special thanks to Infield Poltergeist Podcast. They gave us a shout out. They've been splitting some wigs over there. And, you know, want to say thanks for giving us, you know, props on your show. Your podcast is very entertaining. Infield Poltergeist Podcast on SoundCloud. Check it out. And also shout out to Tyler Edwards. He shot us an email with this story about the peanut butter. I had looked at it and thought about it, and after I get an email from Tyler, I said, fuck it, let's go ahead and do the peanut butter story. But before I get into the peanut butter story, I wanted to talk about the Cash Me Outside girl, Danielle Bergoli. She got 5 years probation for being a baby kid. Yeah, for being an old badass, twerking and all that stuff, man. They gave her 5 years probation. She has to take courses in sexual education, domestic violence, and anti-theft, and she has to do 100 hours of community service and have the 5 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew. So her little badass would be in the house at some decent hours. You know, she won't be able to twerk after 5 o'clock unless she's online. And maybe she'll get something positive out of this. I mean, these little kids think it's cute being bad and getting all these followers on social media and going viral and all that shit. But at the end of the day, man, you know what I'm saying, you still gotta be you, and you gotta be able to live with you. And if this is what you want to be, then more power to you, man. But there's more in life than, getting a bunch of likes and showing out, not, disrespecting your parents. That's some bullshit. If you got to disrespect your parents to become popular, you're a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? So, take care of your kids, man, and, teach them some discipline. A lot of these kids just need a good whooping. People be crying, child protective services. Fuck that. 20 years ago when I was matter of fact, 30 years ago when I was a kid, child protective services, didn't nobody even know about them. You get that ass whooped in the fucking line, in the aisle in Toys R Us, or in the middle of the aisle of Kmart, Sears. Moms didn't play that shit. So, these kids nowadays think they can get away with a lot of shit because they got these damn cell phones. You know what I'm saying? They need to be put in their place, and you gotta, make sure you discipline your kids, but also show them some love and give them some give them some quality time. But these kids, is just they take things for granted, man. They think they're entitled. So parents out there, I don't have any little ones right now, so I can't really speak on the teenage situation. But I know, I've been around a lot of kids. I help raise my brother and sister, and I know you got to spend a lot of time with them, man. And sometimes you just got kids that are just hard-headed, knuckleheads. I was a knucklehead. I was a good kid in school, but I was a knucklehead. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what's up with her. So 5 years probation. I knew she wasn't gonna get no time. They're not gonna get no little girl like that anytime. They're gonna give her they're gonna give her a long enough rope to see if she hangs herself. So that's what's up. Anyways, we got the peanut butter story. 12 inmates out of Walker County Jail in Alabama used peanut butter to fool a newbie prison guard so they can escape. This happened about a little over a week ago. Yeah, they used peanut butter to cover up one of the exits. So, actually to the outside, so that when they asked the guard to open the door, the new guard in the control room didn't know they were unlocking the door to let the inmates out into freedom. And the inmates, all 12 of them, when they opened that door, they broke for it. And took a blanket, threw it over a razor wire, and climbed outside the prison. Now, what would you have done? Would you have, would you have jumped on the bandwagon and made a run for it? Or would you have stayed back and been laughing? You know what I'm saying? Fucking peanut butter, man. These guys ain't gonna get no more peanut butter in there now. P&J is like a fucking dessert in prison. But yeah, these guys are smart. I guess they said, fuck it. We take our chances and see how far we can get. If you don't have resources and you try to make a run for it, you're not going to get too far anyways. They're going to use all their manpower to bring you back into custody and then charge you with escape. So, if you're looking at a gang of time, maybe it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? But if you are just doing a little bit of county time or you got a bullshit charge, it might not be worth it to run like that. You know what I'm saying? It's it's a risky thing, but hey, man, freedom, that's how much people value freedom. You guys, a lot of people take it for granted, being free, being able to do the things you want to do. But once you get up in that county jail, you're dealing with these fucked up, controlled environments, racism, politics, the guards, inmates, cellies. It's just a bunch of shit. So, yeah, these guys, they changed the numbers on the door with peanut butter and booked it. You know what I mean? And I guess one of them actually got away pretty far, but got caught still. So all 12 of them got caught at the end of the day. So it's really it's not like you can get very far in a situation like this unless you just lead the country. You better be a baller and just have money stacked up so you can just bone out. But if you ain't got it like that, you might want to try to figure out another way so you don't get caught up with extra charges, and then your resources are taken away because you can't go study and figure out what's going on with the law library. But let me see what the comments are. I know we got some comments popping off out there. Let me see what you guys got to say about this situation. Who out there seeing the Fox 11 News? You know what I'm saying? Let me see hands about that. Somebody said, yeah, Kevin Jones, you must be a hard motherfucker, because if you think you could bust me in the lip, nigga, you got another thing coming. I'll split your motherfucking wig, nigga. You ain't even on my level, you little troll motherfucker. But I want to go ahead and let you get your little second of fame, so everybody could jump on top of you, because you ain't nothing but a buster, internet motherfucking soldier. I'm a real motherfucking soldier. Been in the game before you were even, before you squirted out your motherfucking degenerate dad's little pee-pee. You know what I'm saying? Kevin, go wipe your ass. John took the airplane out of Washington. Somebody said, did I hear about the teen who escaped out of Washington and took a plane to the Bahamas? I didn't hear about that. He was on some shit, man. If he made it that far, he had his shit planned out. More power to him. Get the fuck out the country. You know what I'm saying? It's fucked up in prison. If you guys seen Power and seen the bullshit in there, he smashed on a marshal up in there. Now, that's kind of far-fetched. I don't know how much you can get away with something like that. But, it is some fucked up situations in there. And there's been people who have died up in there, and got caught up. You think the inmates worth prancing? I'm thinking. Somebody said, last week in Big exploding crib tour. What's the most ever bench? Most ever bench was 405. Oh, it would be a better place without. Do you think the world would be a better place without prison? You gotta put, some motherfuckers are just hard-headed, man, and you gotta have ways to discipline people. If somebody does something to a little kid or hurts an old person or is abusive to their wife or to their kids, you gotta have a way to deal with that. So, laws were put into place to protect certain people, supposedly. A lot of the laws were implemented after slavery to control the slaves, to put them back to work. So a lot of it stemmed from that. But even before that, you can't just have people running around murdering motherfuckers, man. You got to have some type of stable social environment for people to, have commerce in and have an economic opportunity. So, I'm not with motherfuckers just doing random crimes. And yeah, I got in trouble, but my mind state now, I would never entertain a bank robbery. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't entertain it, man. So yeah, you gotta have, I don't know if jail's the best situation, but you gotta have something for these motherfuckers who are sick. Do you think it's a good idea to allow prisoners to reduce their sentence if they invent something that will benefit society? A reduced sentence for inventing something that will benefit society. You know what? The thing is, if you invent something in jail, they're not going to let you make any money off it. So why give it to the government? You know what I'm saying? It's your invention. If you can pass it on to a loved one on the street and they can benefit from it and then use that money to help you fight your case, I think that's a better situation, because to donate resources and be exploited, man, they've been doing that for years. So why give these motherfuckers your intellect? Your intellect is for you. It's for you to benefit, not the motherfucking the jailers. Fuck that. Peanut butter with pranking the guard. Somebody said, Big Heart, do you think the inmates with the peanut butter were pranking the guards as a joke? I think they probably were to a degree, but then when they see it in the work, they just said, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? They made a run for it. You know what I'm saying? I guess they figured it's an opportunity. Like I said, I don't know if, unless you planned it out just to sprint outside and jump over the fence, to get some exercise, I don't know if it was worth it, because most of them probably didn't make it past the grounds of the facility. So it wasn't very, it was thought out, but not really thought out. Like I said, it probably was a prank. Somebody said, what's up with what I think about the Mozzie Sibo beef? I didn't hear about that. I'm from SAC, I'm saying? I fuck with Sibo, and real tough, I like his music. I did time with him in Juvenile Hall. Mozzie, I had never met him. You know what I'm saying? I know he got some hitters out there as far as music-wise, but I don't know about their beef. You know what I'm saying? Probably over some stupid shit. What toupee of haircut you get? Miguel Angel Ramirez Flores Jr. Big Herc, what toupee? You said a toupee? You got a toupee? You one of them guys with them plugs in your head, partner? You know, you go ahead and find you something else to do because you need to take that toupee and wipe your butt with it. Somebody said, what I think about Mayweather McGregor. I think it's a money move, man. I mean, come on, you guys. Mayweather McGregor, Canelo couldn't knock him out. De La Hoya didn't knock him out. What makes you think that, you know, McGregor's going to knock him out? It's not an MMA fight. You know what I'm saying? It's a fucking boxing match. And boxing is a totally different skill set. And to say that you're going to get in there and outbox somebody who's been doing it for 30 years undefeated, I mean, it's pretty crazy, man. But it's good marketing. It'll make both of them a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? I wish I was getting some of that money. Somebody said, do inmates target people with short tempers to get a reaction? Nah, I mean, when you're in prison, man, when you're in jail, you got to be smart. It don't matter if you're short-tempered, if you're mild-mannered. You just got to know how to conduct yourself. You know, you gotta be on top of your game. You gotta think 2-3 moves ahead because a lot of these guys aren't all there. A lot of these guys in prison were probably, a lot of them were homeless or on the verge of being homeless, or maybe they're schizophrenic or manic depressant. So you're dealing with these guys in jail now. You know, you don't know what type of mental state they're in. So you got to be on top of your shit. You know, you got to outthink these motherfuckers. Got quite a few trolls on here today. I'm going to go ahead and block this nigga, Giancarlo, whoever that fuck that is. Somebody said, what was my experience with Sac County police and sheriff? Shit, I've seen motherfuckers get beat up by him. I remember one time when I got arrested for drugs, when I was like 15, the police took us behind a grocery store, hella dark, nothing back there in the back of the task force car, and asked us our names. And my homeboy gave him his name, and they had the K9 unit back there, and because they didn't like his name, they slapped the shit out of him. And then they looked at me and said, I'll slap the shit out of you too. And then they threatened to put the dogs back there with us, let them chew us up. So, you know, this was back in the 80s, man. So I've seen it firsthand. You know, Sac police ain't no joke, man. And motherfuckers, there's a lot of racism in Sac, man. You know, they try to mask it over. It's the capital, but don't get caught slipping out there in the wrong neighborhood if you're black. You know what I'm saying? You'll be asked a bunch of questions, and you will be fucked with, you know? Somebody said, do I agree with the death penalty? You know what? Some of the shit that people on death row for, if it was my family member, I would peel the nigga cap. You know what I mean? Somebody did something to my sister or my mom, I'll peel their cap. Somebody do something to my wife, I'll peel your cap. You know what I'm saying? It's in that situation, to be, oh my God, you know, nah, nigga, you know what I'm saying? You don't hurt certain people, you don't hurt my family. You know what I'm saying? So when you talk about victims and some of these serial killers and, you know, the sick motherfuckers, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? You don't deserve to be back in society because you don't know how to act. So yeah, it's certain motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you got a lot of people on death row who are innocent that just didn't have the resources. Young people who were convicted, who were coerced into, you know, pleading guilty. So it goes both ways. I'm not saying everybody on death row needs to have their wig split, but the ones who are guilty of that shit, nigga, split their motherfucking wigs because somebody harmed somebody around me. I'm not gonna cower down. I'm not letting a motherfucker harm my family. You know what I'm saying? And just gonna be like, oh man, nah, nigga, you know what I'm saying? You get what you got coming. You know? Somebody said, do you think War Machine would be whooped on yet? Yeah, War Machine, he gets scrapped, so he can handle his business. So, you know, if he knows how to fight, I don't think he's going to have, you know, problems like that. I mean, I don't see the motherfucker going to prison getting punked. War Machine, we did a story of him a couple weeks back. You know, he's the one who beat up Christy Mack, and instead of taking the plea deal, he fought the case and got 38 years. But anyways, you know what I'm saying? You know, if you know how to fight and you know how to mind your business, you know, you should be all right. Somebody said, if you are white and black, who do you ride with? You get a lot of these questions about biracial. You know, mixed. You know, if you're black and white, Asian and black, you know, whatever the case may be, you ride with whoever you want to ride with. You know what I'm saying? If white boys hit you up, you tell them this is how you get down. Or if you ride with the white boys, if the brothers hit you up, you tell them who you roll with. I knew some cats from my neighborhood in Sac. They were white boys and they were Crips. They rolled with the Crips in the pen. White boy Crips. I seen a white Crip when I was in Long Park USP. I seen a Mexican Crip when I was in Long Park USP. So it just all depends on what you stand for. You know what I mean? You can ride with whoever the fuck you want to ride with. It's all about how you carry yourself. White, black, if you're biracial, you know, fuck it. You roll with whoever you feel comfortable with. I had a homeboy that was black and white, and he rolled with the Asians because he was cool with. He had Asian partners on the street. So you know, it's all about who who you choose to associate with. But anyways, if somebody said the audio's out of sync, is the audio cool with you guys? Somebody said, Herc, how long did it take for you to adjust to the free world when you got out? You know what? It didn't take a lot of time because when I got out, I wasn't institutionalized. You know, I never bought into being an inmate. I never considered myself a convict. So when I got out, the adjustment was a lot easier, and I prepared myself mentally. I used to rehearse what I would do in certain situations. I wrote down a lot of ideas, business plans, things I would do. I had like a whole notebook of ideas, and when I got out, I implemented that. So I didn't get out and have a hard time adjusting like a lot of people, because I didn't work like a lot of guys who go to prison just work all day, you know, or play sports or gamble. I focused on myself and basically creating a better me, so it wasn't as hard. And somebody said, do I believe in God? Yeah, I believe in God. I'm not religious. I believe in God as far as me having a relationship with a higher power, but I'm not a person who's going to go give my money to the church. I'm not a person who's going to sit here and, you know, bow down and pray to some symbol. I meditate. I have a relationship with God one-on-one, and that's all I need. I don't have to go give some preacher my money to get that relationship, but I am spiritual, and it's helped me become a better person. You know? You still got these fucking trolls on. Some dude named Jason. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting for your shit to pop up again. I'll bust your motherfucking head. Somebody said you're going to buy a Grand National. I like the Grand National. The Grand National is a hot car. Right now, though, I'm probably going to bust a move with the Chevelle and come out with something really, really saucy. I'll keep you guys posted on it, though. You know what? Joe Rogan, man. Shout out to Joe Rogan. We've been trying to get him to hit us up. We want to get on his show. I want to spit some game with Joe. I got a lot to talk about. So, Joe, if you're listening, any of your people listening, holler at us, man. You know what I'm saying? We want to appear on your show. We're down for we're down to make it happen. Somebody said, do I want to box for money? Nigga, what the fuck I look like fighting you for a couple dollars? You got some motherfuckers. You really want to be, you just like, you ain't got nothing better to do, nigga. You want to box, nigga? You want to like Thunder, James Lipton, you clown motherfucker, and Jason Smith, fuck you too, nigga. You probably got a dildo in your butt. You know what I'm saying? But don't waste my time, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nigga, you got 5 G's, nigga. Come out here to LA, nigga. Holler at me, nigga. I duck no wreck, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You must be a badass. You want to show like, oh, you can fight a nigga from the pen. Come on, nigga. I ain't ducking you, you old buster ass. Anyway, what else we got out here? The trolls, you know, sometimes they get me going, man. Somebody said, do I know anyone who went to ADX Florence? I had a homeboy who went to ADX, man. He tried to escape and got caught. He tried to escape from Inglewood, Medium. And he got caught and they sent him to ADX, man. He was underground, locked down for, I think, a year and a half before he was able to hit mainline again. And he finally hit mainline, I think, after 18 months, 24 months. And yeah, man, he spent some time in there with some really heavy hitters, man. But yeah, he tried to escape. And, you know, when you try to escape, that's where they send you, the motherfucking either ADX or Marion. You know what I mean? Those are the two fucked up spots in the feds. You don't want to go there, you know. Somebody said, are breakout attempts common? If there are breakouts, the people who don't get caught, you don't hear about it. You know, there are people who break out, who make, you know, who will basically plan to get to somewhere where it's easier for them to escape. I know some cats who are doing multiple life sentences, and they straight up told me, man, you know, hey, you know, when I get the opportunity to get the fuck up out of here, I'm out of here. I'm not going to die in prison. And that was their mentality, man. I mean, you know, they were trying to, you know, fight their case with the law, but they still felt like they weren't going to just become old men in prison. So I don't know what happened to them, a lot of these guys, but, you know, I've seen a lot of guys, you know, contemplate, you know, if they had the opportunity, they would try to escape, you know. Somebody said, do I still got the NSX? Yup. I'm actually going to be twin turbo on that bitch. So the NSX should be ready hopefully next year. I got another car I'm trying to wrap up, and when I wrap that car up, I'll the Porsche, I'll start on the NSX. Somebody says, yeah, I know somebody said square up with that nigga. I'll square up with his ass. You know what I'm saying? Bust his motherfucking mouthpiece. Tony Pussy, I'll go ahead and get you up out of here. Press charges on me, my friends, for jamming in and ban. Somebody said, can neighbors press charges on me for jamming the band in their garage? They called the cops last week. I mean, you got maybe have a noise ordinance. You know what I mean? If you got a noise ordinance out there, they might be tripping off of that. But if it's your garage and other people can hear you, and then, you know, all they can do is file a complaint. I don't think you're not going to go to jail for that. But, you know, your neighbors, man, go over there and bring them some weed brownies or something, man, so that they can go to sleep and you should be all right. Somebody said, yeah, the Porsche 928. Yeah, I got a 928. So I do like Porsche 928s. I like the 996 and like the 911, but the 928 is my favorite. And I'm going to put a video up of the 928 when I finish with it. If you go to Big Herc 916 on YouTube, I got a video of the car right now, what it looks like. But I'm still working on it. And I hopefully should have it done by Christmas time. You know, we still got the car hustle jumping off. We just haven't been able to put that together yet, but it will be coming. So we got the car hustle, and you know what I'm saying? It'll be jumping off real soon. Right. Somebody, you got a lot of people talking shit. Beamer, Benz, or Bentley. My next car is gonna be the Bentley Continental. That's my next shit. I like that. 550 horse, 600 and what, 20, 25, 30 feet of torque. You know, luxury ride, power. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucking Bentley. That's my next whip. My favorite car is probably a Pagani Zonda. That, either Pagani Zonda or Koenigsegg. You know, both of those cars are sick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I remember MC Hammer that 930. 930 is the beast. The Porsche 930. Somebody says, have I ever been to Seg? Yup. I've talked about it before. I've been to, you know, segregated housing, locked down for some bullshit. Was in there for probably about a month. And, you know, it was just some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Segregation. You know, you shower fucking once every fucking couple days and you're stuck in a cell and you get wrecked maybe once a week. Somebody said their dad worked for Bentley. That's tight. You know what I'm saying? That's tight. Bentley, like I said, great car. That's my next move. You know what I'm saying? Dawson 510 is cool. I like Japanese classics. Like I said, I got an NSX too. So when I finish that, I'm going to be posting videos of that. But I love, I think Japanese classics are tight-ass cars. Yeah, I'm from Sac, but I live in L.A. You know what I'm saying? Somebody says, what drives you most in life? What makes you tick? What drives me most is just a sense of accomplishment. You know, being able to be successful, share that success with my friends and family, to elevate people around me, to, you know, do things with my wife, travel, That's what life's about, man. You know, you take it for granted, but life is about, seeking happiness and just accomplishment. You know, I'm never satisfied, man. I'm always, seeking more, and that's just my drive. I always had a drive in myself, you know. Somebody said something about old school Chargers. I had a Charger. I had a 73 Charger I sold back in the day. So Mopar is cool, Dodge is cool, but I'm more, I say, more Chevy, more of a Chevy guy. Have I ever got any speeding tickets? Yeah, I got a speeding ticket, clocked at 90, going to Vegas, in a Benz CL65, like a '04, you know what I'm saying? But I try to keep it under wrap, try not to be out there doing too much crazy shit because it ain't cool. We don't want to cause no accidents, you know what I'm saying? Old 442 W30, that's a dope ass car. Somebody was saying if two things would I change if you were a prison warden. I would never be a prison warden. I would never want to be in a position where I'm controlling a bunch of people and I'm oppressing them. That's not me, man. That's not in my character. The people that have that type of mentality, it's a certain mentality it takes to run a prison. And that's just not my cup of tea, man. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't really, like I said, I don't really even entertain being a warden. But as far as the way the system is, for one, I would try to put people who are trying to rehabilitate themselves in one area, and the people who just want to be gang members and knuckleheads in another area. And I would give people an opportunity to really rehabilitate themselves, to create social skills that will be productive for when they got out. Because a lot of people, when they get out, they still lack the social skills to make a living. And that's why they commit crimes and go back to prison, because they lack certain social tools they need to survive, Somebody said, what is this? You remember the Epsilon? Yeah, Epsilon is dope. The Epsilon wheels, yep. Somebody said, is Fed time easier than a state? Fed time, I think, is, even though it is political and racist, it's not as racist and political as the state. The state is totally racist. You know what I'm saying? It's got a lot more negativity. It's just, the state, if you're white and I'm black, I can't talk to you. I can't fuck with you. You can't give me anything as far as we can't do no business. It's total, it's just total control. A lot of knuckleheads in there, people who don't care about getting out and being successful. These guys are just, they love it. They get in there and they do their time, they get out, and they continue to do the same shit they were doing before, A lot of them weren't getting a lot of money, so the little money they can get, they'll kill a motherfucker over it. Where in the feds, you got people who made millions, multi-millionaires in feds, So you got Wall Street, you got bank robber, you got cartel, you got, fraud. You got all these guys who are doing big money deals. So it's a totally different mentality. But the feds, man, is not like the state. And a lot of people ask me that, and I don't try to, put extras on it or say that I was in the hardest facility. No, the state is much, I would say in California is much worse than doing time in the feds. If you got to do 10 years, you'd rather be doing that shit in the feds than the state. But man, I want to go ahead and get the shout outs, man. Where everybody from today? You know what I'm saying? Where's everybody tuning in from? Yeah, the biggest criminals is the government. You're right about that. Rapists in prison. They should make some of that. Sarasota, Florida, shout out to you. Shout out to North Hollywood. Shout out to Manchester. Shout out to Massachusetts, Newark, New Jersey, La Mirada, California, Langley, British Columbia, Canada, Ireland, England, UK, the Bay Area, Monterey, California, Montreal, South Carolina, H-Town, Stockholm. Shout out to Oklahoma City, Harlem, New York, Denmark, NYC, Uzbekistan, Glendale, California, Newcastle, Boston, Long Beach. Shout out to Rochester, New York. Auckland, New Zealand. To Guam. Fresno, California. Shout out to Miami, Florida. Shout out to Orange County, Harlem, Stockton, the 209. Yeah, Stockton. Pomona. Shout out to Las Vegas. Shout out to Dallas, Texas. Shout out to Whittier. Shout out to Jacksonville, Florida. Washington. McClellan, Texas. Orlando, Florida. Laguna Niguel. NYC. Virginia. Fontana. Oxnard, California. Pompano Plains, New Jersey. Durango, Mexico. Shout out to Minnesota, Venezuela, Italy, Somalia, Atlanta, Los Angeles, Switzerland, Pomona. Shout out to Atlanta, Richmond, California, Illinois, the 316 Butler County, San Luis Obispo County, Chicago, Tajikistan, Huntsville, Texas, Dayton, Ohio, Charlotte, North Carolina, Mount Airy, North Carolina, Cambodia, Croatia, Alberta. Shout out to Redding, California, 5530. Long Island, shout out. Winter Park, Florida, shout out. Niagara Falls, Canada, shout out. Dorchester, Massachusetts, shout out. Mike Hunt City, Venus, I don't know who that is. Phoenix, shout out. Wales, UK, shout out. Hey, man, Sweden, shout out. Rockford, Illinois, shout out. Millsville, New Jersey, shout out. Natomas, shout out. 559, Tulare, shout out. Southampton, shout out. Kosovo, shout out. Yeah, man. Nigeria, Kansas City, Detroit, Nevada. All y'all, shout out. Garden Grove, shout out. Romania, shout out. Antarctica, shout out. South Dakota, shout out. I'm out of here, y'all. Thanks for making us one of the top shows on YouTube. We're over 100,000 subscribers because of you guys. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate you guys for tuning in. Much love. I'll have another great topic for you next Monday. Shout out to Oaktown, Chicago, Sacktown, Romania, everybody who be tuning in, putting in work. Hey, man, enjoy your week. Watch out for the trolls. Don't fuck with no busters. Keep your circle tight. You know what I'm saying? Keep your motherfucking shoes laced and keep your lock in the sock in case you got to split a motherfucker's wig. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Elliott Lake, Ontario. I'm out, my nigga.